heartbreak for Supergirl, and frustrations for Barry. We're going to break down all of this week's CW DC TV shows right now on Super Chat. Hey there, everyone. Welcome to Super Chat. I am your host, Just Jess, here at Charlotte CW. And each week we break down the CW, DC, TV, superhero shows, because there are a lot of them. And more coming down the pipeline. We'll get to talking about that. And each week I am joined with awesome guests who are in the local kind of comic book industry or just comics in general, superheroes in general. And this week we have with us, they've all been on the show before. We've got Ron Rossman of the Dusk series, which is a really cool Facebook live, it's a whole live show series, yeah. And we're gonna get to talking about that. And he's also, I don't know if you'd recognize him, but you should start wearing glasses on the show.
Yeah. Like the Clark Kent thing.
If you're ever at any of our street team events and you see the Flash, that is Ron. He's a professional cosplayer and he sure does a great job of entertaining everybody from kids to adults out there. And we have Brandon Padgett of Big Dogs Studios. He is an artist and he brought some of his work to show today, some really cool Flash pieces. And Joey Navarra Jr. of Pursued by a Bear, and he's got a new book coming out for it, right? This is the second issue?
Yeah.
And I read the first issue, and you're gonna like it if you like bears and samurai, right?
Yeah.
Not ninja, samurai. Yeah, I got it right. Yeah, so we're gonna learn all about this. Thanksgiving is tomorrow. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
I need to put on
Always ready.
leggings. I'm not ready right now in this current outfit. I'm like, these are too constrictive, and I need to prepare my body for eating so much food. But this is funny, Thanksgiving's tomorrow, and actually Arrow is still gonna be live tomorrow night. So if you're like bored after eating in a food coma, you like wake up around 9, you can watch Arrow live. But this week's question of the week, I wanted to make it a fun one, and my question is, who would be the best Thanksgiving dinner guest? And your choices were Felicity Smoke, Cisco Ramon, Ray Palmer, or we have, who was it? I forget the last one. From Supergirl, Win, yes.
Win.
So I picked those 4, but you can tell me if you have a different option. Who would you guys pick for your best Thanksgiving dinner guest?
Ray Palmer.
Ray Palmer, why?
Blow things up.
You can that's right.
Feed everyone.
Like you can get a little tiny turkey and be like, meow, make it huge.
You're done.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. Who would you pick?
Cisco.
Cisco?
Absolutely, hands down.
All day?
I could see totally chilling with him.
I'm kind of going Cisco too. What about you, Joey?
Cisco.
Cisco?
Hopefully he can cook, and that's what I want if
feel-
he's bringing the dish.
That or he can
break
order
something
out.
in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
access to everybody. Yeah.
He can vibe some food in. I took it to Facebook, to the CW crossover discussion group and the Flash Facts discussion group, and we had some fun answers. We also had somebody agree that Cisco would be the best guest, Kerry Johnson said, because he'd keep the mood light, but he agreed that Ray Palmer would be great because he could shrink your take-home plates, so you could bring home a ton of food. I was like, that's very practical, Kerry. Very cool. Josh Arnold said Felicity would be eye candy. Cisco would be perfect. And then if you're out of gravy, he could just like buy or vibe some more. Philip said he'd rather invite Slade Wilson, which I agree, but that may be like when you get into the awkward conversations at Thanksgiving dinner. And Marco Eobard Bianchi, I wonder if that's his real middle name, said Ray would be the most polite and proper guest for events like that, and Cisco would be a second. So thanks everybody for writing in on those pages, and if you haven't joined those groups yet, join the groups. There's so many people on them. I think the Flash one, it's over 50,000 at this point. So there's posts all day, all kinds of funny memes, things I totally miss. But I can't wait for Thanksgiving. Do you guys remember last year on Supergirl how Mon-El brought stuffing from the couch?
Yes.
Somebody pointed that out and I was like, oh, that's funny. Things have changed so much. But we're gonna get to talking about Supergirl in a second. I wanted to talk a little bit about last week's Arrow. We got a new episode coming out tomorrow night. How do you guys feel about this season so far of Arrow?
The first 2 seasons really established the series as one of the best series to come out of CW.
Yeah.
Since then, it's kind of been a little bit of a downward spiral, but this season feels like they're really trying to get back their roots.
Yeah.
Bringing Slade in was a good move.
I think that's a crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just the change to Diggle as Arrow's been a tough adjustment just because you're so used to seeing Steve in that costume. But I do like the idea of him trying to build a relationship with his son.
Right.
And they've done a really good job. That's very authentic. It feels like it's real. It doesn't feel like it's forced. I've kind of lost interest, though, in Felicity and Arrow being together.
Yeah,
the chemistry's gone,
You're
and
not
it's really
shipping
sad.
them. Oh, don't tell the bloggers out there.
I know.
They're gonna get
Triggered, but
it is a trigger. Yeah.
But my favorite character by far is Dinah. I love the new Black Canary.
She's
She is
cool.
phenomenal.
She is cool. She's a cool chick. I like her. I wish they would do a little bit more with her. She got to carry like an episode back. She kind of carried that a little bit more. There's a lot of father and son dynamic in Arrow right now. What do you think now? Is there going to be a risk now that Slade's diabolical son knows that Oliver has a son? You think?
That the kid's definitely getting kidnapped.
Yeah, he's like, 100%. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're gonna have
there's
to
no
move
way
him back.
it's
They're gonna have to move Arrow back into the Arrow role. So I have a feeling that might be the catalyst for it.
Yeah.
And it's really creative to have the son predominant because, as we discussed, whether or not Deathstroke is going to be able to be prevalent based on the DC Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
By having his son come in to fulfill that role is a
Yeah.
good kind of switch out. So.
It's a good switch out, but it's not the same. It's not the
absolutely
same
not.
as having Manu Bennett on there. He's so great as Slade. This next episode is going to feature Kate and James attacking people at a concert, which is obviously a comment, a social and political comment. And Arrow is sometimes good about doing those, but they can sometimes be heavy-handed. Do you think it's a little too soon to kind of throw in a concert attack?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
You want a superhero show to be a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
But, so
Arrow's never so
Yeah, Arrow's
light.
been
Yeah.
done from the beginning.
Yeah.
I think that you almost have to because attention spans are so short anymore that, I mean, people have already forgotten about the hurricanes.
That's true, I know.
So I think they have to. And Arrow is really trying to push this idea of the anti-gun, even though I disagree with the philosophy.
They want everyone to have bow and arrows
Yeah,
instead.
like, you can kill someone like that, but not so much of this. But I think that they almost have to do that to kind of answer for as sloppy as the anti-gun bill that went through. Remember that
Yes.
episode? That was really,
That episode
really
was
kind of hiccupy and all that.
On the nose. It was a little too heavy-handed. We're going to take a look at the trailer for tomorrow night's Arrow, and then we're going to be right back to talk about The Flash.
Oliver Queen, you're under arrest.
This might be the most difficult thing we've ever had to face. Do people think that the Green Arrow's in prison and the floodgates will open?
Caden James is going after Sterling Stadium.
Get those fans out of there.
Cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war.
Arrow, all new this Thursday at 9/8 Central on the CW.